Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Begakar Ahmed, and today I want to be going ahead and speaking about dreams. Dreams are very important to me. I don't have them very often, but when I do, they are very intense. Ever since I was a little boy to now, I've had a lot of different experiences. Probably every single experience you could have when it comes to dreaming, such as out of body experiences and astral projecting, be able to watch myself sleep outside of my body in real time and move around. I've had experiences of sleep paralysis where I wake up and I cannot move and I'm looking at faces above me. I've had, dreams that have showed me the future, where in detail I've been shown things in my dreams, and then a week to a month later they've happened exactly the same way, kind of like a deja vu, but in reverse. I've had dreams that replay themselves every single day for 5, 6 days in a row, kind of like you watch the same movie 5, 6 days in a row. And these things in specific have left me a little bit shook, a little bit shaken up. And when I talk to other people around me about this, most people around me do not experience the same things, right? I'm wondering if this is more of like a spiritual thing, if you're more connected to your spirit, these things happen to you, or what, really? Because I do know dreaming is a realm that kind of connects you to the spiritual world. It's a way that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that God Almighty, can speak to you and show you things. It's a way that, demons themselves, jinn, can go ahead and mess with you and show you things, or angels, for instance. There's a lot of different things that are connected to you while you're in dream mode. When you're in dream mode, your body is shut down, your body is turned off for the most part. Your brain is moving, your soul is still there, but the rest of your body is turned off, which means it leaves your soul vulnerable to do a lot of different things, or your brain vulnerable to see or take action to a lot of different things. Now, this is very important, and I want to go ahead and talk about this because I want to see if anybody else has experiences these type of things, and if you have, go ahead and drop them down below. So the first thing I want to go ahead and speak about is sleep paralysis. This is something that I've experienced recently. I experienced it in the past multiple times as well, but I did experience this pretty intensely when I watched a sermon of that fake Mehdi. If you guys want to know what I'm talking about, he's pretty much very popular right now, but I experienced this around 2 years ago when I first found his YouTube channel. And what sleep paralysis is a temporary inability to move or speak while falling asleep or waking up. It occurs when the body transitions between sleep stages, particularly REM sleep, and can last a few seconds to a couple of minutes. During this episode, individuals may experience hallucinations or feeling of suffocation, which can lead to fear and anxiety. While the exact cause is not fully understood, it's often linked to sleep disorders, stress, and certain mental health conditions. Treatment may involve improving sleep hygiene, managing stress, and addressing underlying sleep disorders. So the only times that I've actually experienced this exactly happen were times that I was watching things that did not feel right, or times that I've seen things or I've done things that were not right, correct? Basically distancing my soul from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or God Almighty, or being affected by black magic in some way, shape, or form. These are the only times that I've personally experienced sleep paralysis. I'm not quite sure about other people, but sometimes, like, if you listen to the wrong music, you might experience something like this. Or, I listened to that sermon by that fake Mehdi, who I believe could be, pretty much like the Dajjal or a mini Dajjal. He is very into black magic. If you guys don't know who I'm talking about, you can go ahead and check my videos. You can go ahead and look up Mehdi or fake Mehdi, and he'll pop right up. He wears a black hat just like this, and he does a lot of different ritualistic things. He's created this cult, and I've experienced this pretty heavily recently and in the past, but this is something that doesn't happen to me much, obviously. When you go ahead and look at the pictures for sleep paralysis, you obviously see something called sleep demons. These demons that stand over your head, that are hiding, that stand on your body, that are on the ceiling, that are all around you. These faces of some sort that stand over you and are messing with you, correct? These scary things, right? And every time you look up sleep paralysis, it just seems to keep giving you demons, these shaitans that are standing over your head, that are holding you down, that are sucking your soul, whatever the case may be, whatever you want to call it. But you're in a paralyzed state, and 99% of the time it seems that people experience something called sleep demons, where they go ahead and see these demons, and they're being held down by them, correct? And this is what happened to me, right? So I woke up, and this was after Fajr prayer. It was after the morning prayer, or the dawn prayer. And I was very upset because I do wake up every single day for my prayer. I wake up to my alarm, but this day was much different. When I woke up at the exact crack of the sun. The sun was beating in my face. I woke up and I could not move. I was completely paralyzed, and all I saw were these faces. And these faces were very odd. These faces were kind of like a fire, where, like, you know how fire will kind of sway and move? It was like that, and they had eyes and they had mouths, but it was not a human face in any way, shape, or form. It was unlike a face I've ever seen before, more of like a shadowy, fiery figure of a face. And I see multiple of them over top of me. I could not move. I was extremely cold, frozen, like ice cold. And then immediately it just vanished. Like, my consciousness kicked in fully, and they completely vanished. So what I did was woke up, I prayed, I went back to sleep. About 10 minutes later, same exact thing happened. Woke up, faces, 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 faces. Same exact thing happened to me. All right, and this happened very recently. This happened after I watched that fake Mehdi sermon, and I believe 100% that he's into black magic, and whatever I was affected by that night has to do with his black magic, or his effect that I had. It could also have to do with my sleeping disorders, not being able to sleep well or whatnot. But 100% I believe that it is linked to that, and I believe that sleep paralysis a lot of times is linked to sleep demons, and people call them sleep demons because they're being affected by the shit. They're being affected by these demons. These demons are attacking them in their sleep, and they wake up, and when they wake up, they're able to see them because they're in a state where their body is not still fully awake, and their soul is still radiating in its nighttime dream stage. So your soul is actually able to see these demons and connect with the spiritual world, so you're able to see these spirits. Now, moving on, there's something here called an out-of-body experience, and this is something that I've experienced before that I want to go ahead and share with you guys. Out-of-body experience is characterized as a sensation of perceiving the world from a location outside one's physical body. People have described this feeling weightlessness and drifting, and may see their body from above. OBEs can occur spontaneously or be included in various factors, including trauma, meditation, stress, sleep disturbances, or certain medical conditions. So it seems like every single time the brain is undergoing a type of stress, or undergoing a type of trauma, or going into sleep disturbances, or having medical conditions, times where your soul is actually stronger than your body, it seems, that you're able to experience these different things. Such as near-death experiences, neurological conditions, physical factors, or sleep disorders, right? Now, the one time that I did experience this, in specific, leaving my actual body, I'll share. This has happened to me multiple times, but the one time this has actually happened to me was at a Holocaust museum when I was in middle school. And what ended up happening was I fell asleep as a Holocaust survivor was up on the stage giving a speech. I was 14 years old, maybe. I was tired that day, and I was bored of what he was talking about, so I fell asleep. When I fell asleep, I ended up in the corner of the room, like, in the corner, like kind of like a security camera in a way, watching myself sleep and listening to his speech, and watching everyone in the room. So what ends up happening is my teacher is sitting in the row in front of me. We're sitting in rows, obviously, and there's a stage, and he's speaking on that stage. And what happens is my teacher turns around. When she turns around, she grabs my knee. She grabs onto my knee, and she shakes me. And she's like, she has this really mad face. And I'm watching all this from the corner. I'm watching myself sleep. I'm watching my teacher put her hand on my knee. I'm watching my teacher shake my knee to wake me up with her face, right? Like this. And when I woke up, her hand was on my knee in real time, in real life. I was looking at her face, and she had that same face going, like, wake up, what's wrong with you? You're so disrespectful, kind of thing. And I was like, and she goes, it looks like you've seen a ghost. What's wrong with you? And she turned around, right, after she woke me up. And I looked at my friend, and I was like, the craziest thing just happened, man. Like, I was just watching myself sleep, and she woke me up. She turned around, she's like, shh, So these things have happened to me before, and these things in general are very abnormal. Recently, I've been having a lot of very detailed dreams, like doomsday dreams, like nuclear explosions, extreme tidal waves, things of this nature have been coming to me. I do not have dreams often, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is something that does not happen often to me. When I do have dreams, they are very detailed, right? I don't have night terrors too much. When I do, I experience night terrors more or less with my family members, kind of like some type of demon or jinn or something has taken over my family members and are trying to scare me or turn me against my family. But other than that, I really don't have like night terrors or things like this. When I do have dreams, they're very, very detailed. I have dreams that give me specific numbering and specific lettering and specific symbolisms. I have dreams that go ahead, like I said, doomsday dreams where, like, there's a nuclear explosion in the sky or a big tidal wave. Um, I've had dreams where I leave my actual body and I'm watching myself sleep. Not as intense as Holocaust Museum. The Holocaust Museum, the reason I knew it was in real time is because my teacher, like I said, touched me on my knee. And when I woke up, she was literally touching and grabbing my knee. So I knew it was real time projection outside of my body. You understand what I'm saying? Or the other times I've basically just watched myself sleep. It could have been a dream of me watching myself sleep, but I understand that my soul can leave my body. I've experienced it very many times. And sleep paralysis, where I'm being held down, where I'm paralyzed, where I see these faces. And I'm telling you, these faces, guys, they are exactly the way that jinns are described. And the feeling that jinns, like when you get cold and you are paralyzed, and they're a smokeless fire. It's basically how a jinn is categorized in the Holy Quran. They're created from a fire, but a smokeless fire. I'm telling you, when I saw these faces, they are just like fire, just moving fire, blues and reds and greens, and their eyes and their mouths, they like move, they sway. It's very, very different than anything physical. It's very hard to describe. And I'm just wondering if any other people have experienced these things, even in real life. Like, I'll be sitting in a room and I'll feel like something's staring at me. I'll feel like something's behind me. I'll feel like something's looking at me. You know that feeling when you're sitting somewhere and someone's looking at you from literally half mile away, and you just know something's looking. You could feel their eyes hitting the back of your head, and you turn around and look, and there's someone staring directly at you. It's kind of like that, but no one's around you. You understand what I'm saying? Or you might start feeling goosebumps or feeling like something's around you. This stuff is real, and this is stuff I've experienced. And I'm just wondering if any other people have experienced this, and if other people have experienced this, go ahead and leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys have experienced, and thank you guys so much for coming in and watching today. God bless every single one of you, and until next time, Big Ak is out. Peace.